Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the Do It With Icing classroom, here we are. Yummy Arts is proud to present Valerie Lindsley.
Yay! Oh gosh,
that was your opener. How about that?
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Prudhomme. Hi, like you said, I'm Valerie Lindsley, and today we're going to work on some buttercream flowers. I know, more buttercream flowers, but you know, these are a little bit different, a little more updated, not just your standard rose. And as all of my students can attest to me saying a million times, I hate roses. I hate doing roses when I teach flowers. And I've only been doing this forever, and I feel like I still have so much to learn. But I love these little more modern flowers, kind of like a ranunculus or one of those multi-leveled, multicolored flowers.
Ranunculus.
Ranunculus.
Yeah, that's good.
Isn't that a horrible name for a
flower? Probably easier to make than to say.
Much easier. So
good.
Anyways, what we're going to need, I have all these pretty colors of buttercream icing out here. It's just a standard buttercream. You know, any recipe will work as long as it's fairly soft. I've got quite an array of colors. I've got them turned out here so that you can see the colors. I'm trying to go with kind of muted colors on this cake. I'm going to do it put them on a black tiered cake, and I wanted the colors to be kind of fall-like, but autumny, muted, those kind of colors.
And they're all in, they look like icing cartridges, right?
Yes, these are all in the icing packets that you've seen many times. We just wrap them up in saran wrap, and this is the way we store them. You cut the little end off like that, and you pop it right into your bag. You can either use parchment bags or the plastic bags. I happen to like the parchment bags. I feel like I have more control, but feel free to use whatever you are comfortable with. We're going to be using a variety of tips today, mostly a 103, which is very similar to a 104 rose tip. It's just a little bit smaller. We don't have a lot of room on this cake, so I'm going to make them just a skosh smaller to fit on the tiers, and you'll see that. A skosh. That's excellent. That's a real word, right?
Yeah, it's a skosh, yeah. And by the way, just for the folks, if you're watching this and you don't know how to make the icing cartridges, just jump on over to Yummy Arts, go to the tips and tools page, and I think it's Tammy that showed us how to make these icing cartridges. I think Linda Bills also taught it. And you also called it something else, not an icing cartridge. What do you call them?
A bullet.
Icing bullets, okay.
Icing bullets. That's what we used to call them before everybody got so crazy, but it's okay. It's all good. Packets, bullets, cartridges, whatever you want to call them. They're little
plastic
packets of
wrap.
Goodness of buttercream.
And you can just regular plastic wrap.
Yes.
That's right.
Use just regular plastic wrap.
Okay.
Wrap it up like he said. You can just look it up on the Yummy Arts website.
Okay.
So I have, like I said, just a variety of colors and tips. And the colors that I used, I like the Chef Master colors. I like the AmeriColors as well too, but the Chef Master came out with this really neat food color mixing guide, which is an awesome jumping off point. All you do is you pick the color that you want, kind of like we used to have in coloring, I guess. So say I want sea green, and down here it tells you how much of each color, which I find really indispensable because I can never remember. Is that sky blue, royal blue, teal blue? There's so many different blues out there and so many different greens, and this just gives you an idea of how much of each color to put in there. But you can just kind of turn the wheel around and pick a color that you want. Actually, this is kind of cool because it's a double-sided thingy, so you can do both sides. There's different colors on both sides, so you have quite a range, quite a variety of colors. Okay, so this is a really neat tool to have. Some of your art stores have paint guides that you can use, but I don't know that they have the quantities of the mixing. I guess they would, a ratio. So anyways, really good to pick up if you need to match the color of somebody's somebody's wedding gown or their shoes, a prom dress or something, and you want to match the color. This comes in really handy.
That's a Chef Master color wheel.
This is the Chef Master Food Color Mixing Guide.
Excellent.
Mixing chart.
Cool.
Okay, so there we go. And then, like I said, we have parchment cones that I like to use just because they're disposable. They're not as expensive as the plastic ones. And sometimes the plastic ones have a seam on them, which are kind of get in the way of everybody. So I'm going to be using the cones with a tip and a coupler, and also a couple of things I'm going to just cut the end off and make like my own little tip.